Previously on Talk That Talk. So here we go.
Passionate about this.
Huh?
You must be passionate about this.
About this topic?
Yeah, because that was the first time, like, the inflection on your voice went woo.
I do it all the time now.
No, it was a different woo.
No. See, here we go.
You was hitting high
remember.
seas in this whole money.
No, you got to remember this show has gone in its ebbs and flows.
My friend, the way that you just talked that thing down was different, boy.
I think I do it the same way every time, in my personal opinion. But whatever.
I'm letting you know from experience.
Okay.
Nah, that it was a little different. You ready to get to that thing? Okay, I feel you.
All right. Here we go. Has ego taken hold of leadership roles? Has ego taken hold of leadership roles? The reason why I brought that up was exactly what Quan was just talking about earlier, as far as the fact of, what has happened. What happened with Robert Champion was 10 years ago, or more than 10 years. I think it was 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. But that happens at universities. Do you know how many times where I've had conversations with directors who have said, I don't want that band director to have more power than me on this campus? I've heard that before. And that within itself is an issue. So you mean to tell me because the band director is doing the job in which they got hired for and he's getting notoriety from it, you're going to find a way to suppress that person from doing his job or being as successful as they possibly can because you don't want to lose power? So let's talk about it. So has ego taken hold of leadership roles? Maya, you go first since Quan started the last one. Or Quan, you want to go first since you were starting this anyway? Oh, okay.
I'm fine with whatever.
Go ahead, Maya.
I mean, yikes. You really hit the nail. Ooh, you really trying to get to it. Ooh, I'm nervous. Ooh, my heart is beating. Wow. Yeah. I mean, has ego now taken hold of leadership roles? Yes. I think so, right? I don't want to pinpoint a particular what have you, but I think that has been the gist of the thing across the board, right? So when it comes to hey, I need you to be here at 5 o'clock. I need you to be here at 10 o'clock. I need you to be here at 1 o'clock, and you're just going to have to figure it out. I need you to be here in Dallas. I need you to go to Florida, and I need you to come back to Houston by 2 o'clock all on the same day. Making these exponential type of things happening. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, sure, I'm the president of this bitch. I brought you in to be able to, have the woo-woo, sing the dee-dee, bring some entertainment tonight or entertainment whatever to the university. But don't you get too comfortable and get big buck. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start getting big buck, and now when the press start naming my name over yours, right? They start naming the band director's name and the band's name over the president or the executive or whoever of the university. Absolutely. I feel a type of way. And absolutely, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Now, let me be clear. This is not how I personally feel. I'm just speaking in general of what I have experienced. Let me be clear about that because I don't want nobody. I don't want y'all doing what y'all doing in these internet streets. But yeah, I'm going to say like, no, it's time to tear it down. My mama used to say, tear it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you getting too big for your britches. It's time for you. You done got a little bit too high up. It's time for you to bring it down. You ain't never bigger than me. So yeah, absolutely. Some people have taken hold of their quote unquote leadership roles because at the end of the day, what is your why? Their why is not the true meaning or the true need for the why, right? The why is always for the next generation. The why is always for the students. The why is always to keep the ball rolling. The why is always to implement a better structure for those who did not have or benefit or was not able to brink off of what was had in the past, but to be able to make a better future for them. That is the why. Everybody does not align with that. Some people's why is that check. Some people's why is that notoriety. Some people's why is to be able to wear their pinstripe suit on the 50 to be able to get the check for the university just because they think that they look good. Or because it seemed right. Yeah, I did this. No. It was a compilation of your biggest entities that brought this shit to you. So yeah, ego has always been a thing. But if I want to say what I want to say, that's just, I mean, honestly, that's what makes us the blacks the blacks. We like that. It's not right, but we are like that. We're territorial. We like to have our shit, and we like to say, like, yeah, because of me, this is you. Because of me, this is why. A portion of us. Let me say that. Let me be clear. A portion of us like to be like that. So yeah. I want you to come here. I want you to do great things, but you can never be bigger than me. I'm the captain of this ship, okay? Period. I'm the captain of this ship. Don't you ever step to me in no distant regard or what have you. And if you do, I'm going to cut your shit. Why you think the budget be coming up short all of a sudden? It's time for me to make a transaction. I had $450,000 on a credit card. Now I got $4,500, and I'm supposed to be feeding and funding 300 damn students.
Okay.
We got the wrong people in place too many times and not. Too many people that want the accolades, that want the pat on the back, and pretty much those same people ain't the same folks who'll be down in the ditches getting it when necessary. It's the ones that's like this and not like this. But that's just my take on it.
Man, that's a good take.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Quan, has ego now taken hold of leadership roles?
Ego has always taken down leadership roles. If you look just through history, any organization or entity that has destroyed itself has always come from within. So it has always taken its toll. Ego, greed, jealousy. Well, not jealousy, envy, because jealousy is people that's out. Envy is a person that call you friend. So my thing is, it's always taken. Ego has always taken down, kingdoms, monarchies, so forth and so on. This question honestly brings me to one of the first books that I read in my life, in my younger life, was 48 Laws of Power. Law number 1 says never outshine the master. So it's not about shucking and jiving, but when you're in that position, if you're not a servant leader and secure with yourself, then my ego is going to be on the way. My ego has to be the one that fills the room because I'm not secure with myself. But if I'm secure with myself, if I'm a director of bands and I'll be like, say, Luke, like real talk, you gonna make 6 figures, come roll with me, blase, blase, blah. I'm not about to sit up here and be like, well, I'm the director of bands, Luke, you can't be on the podium. Nah, Luke, like you my dog. I know the pedagogy and it's gonna benefit these kids. Go on that podium, bro. I'm gonna go handle this admin stuff. The problem is everybody is not secure with themselves to truly remove themselves out of the picture, because my definition of love is to do something for someone even if it doesn't benefit yourself. So I might have a title, but if Luke is the better teacher, he's the better teacher. Luke, teach me how to be a better teacher then. And then you grow together. And that's how life should be. But a lot of people, they're not secure with themselves. And I'm not going to drop no names of the universities, but this happened firsthand in front of me. And what's the word? A band director had more, I guess, pull with certain people than the president. Didn't like that. But the bottom line, what up, Push? At the end of the day, ego will destroy any organization. So you just got to be careful, man. But at the end of the day, God don't sleep. Just do your job.
And it kind of brings me back or makes me think, just even from the Norfolk State perspective, if anybody knows the situation. I ain't gonna go into detail, but if anybody knows the situation what happened in Norfolk State in the music department, it was a really big thing. And since then, money ain't never flowed the same. It just hasn't. And I feel like what Roland Martin was saying as it relates to the Robert Champion situation is also the same thing that is or had happened at Norfolk State. And I definitely agree on everything that all of you all said. And let me ask this question. And I know kind of Maya kind of touched on it, but I really kind of want to dive a little deeper into that. Do we think do we really believe it is a black folk issue? Because I was listening to what Quan was saying as far as being secure within yourself, but then I'm listening to what Maya's saying too. I'm the HNIC. I don't think that was a term that was coined for no reason. So do we really believe that is a black person issue of trying to make sure that I establish dominance over this person or over you?
I don't think it's just a black thing, but I know it's prevalent in our culture. So of course, a syllogism is your experience and your truth. We've seen that. So that's true. And we have 4 different people, and I guarantee you we've seen this in 4 different situations for sure in our lifetime. But it may be happening in white culture and Hispanic culture, but it doesn't destroy it though. Does it destroy the organizations though? I think that's the difference. We've seen band directors being tossed merely because, like what you said, Julian, the president was like, "Oh, you think you bigger than me?" When they've brought the university, and when you say that university's name is synonymous with that band, he too big. Oh, he cool with the chancellor. Nah. I need to separate that. You know what I'm saying? That's when it gets sticky. But it may be happening in other cultures, but we definitely know once you get, and let's be honest, once you get to the higher level of secondary education, as well as the collegiate level, everything is political. Everything is political.
Absolutely.
So if you don't know how to play chess and you playing checkers, you ain't gonna never get on that board, bro. So you gotta know how to move and shake, man, with that aspect.